viewers, today we are going to install Ubuntu Server version like 25.04. This is the latest version available in Ubuntu site. We are going to install that version to VirtualBox as a VM. So first thing, we need to download the ISO file. So I already mentioned this ISO file link. I can show you like from which this is the path, this is the URL from where you can download this ISO file. So I select the server installation file image. So you can right click on this and copy this one to download this ISO file. Since I already downloaded this file and kept in my local directory, this is the Ubuntu 25.04. This is the latest version of the server and the size is around 1.9 GB. So let's get started to install this ISO file. So first we can create the virtual machine VM. So let me open that one. Click on new, and here you can put a name like Ubuntu 25, like bold, and this is the path where it stored the configuration file. So we can select, like in my case I created one directory and selected this one. And after that you need to select the hardware, like 2 gig of memory is fine and 1 CPU is also fine, and the hard disk. So in my case I selected 45 GB at the hard disk, then and click on finish. Then we can configure two network interface. The first network interface assigned for the network which is used for the internet connection, and the second network interface we can take it as static IP. We will assign some static IP to that interface and take it as a host only interface. So we can create two interface network. The first one is network, and here you can click allow all. Also you can add second interface, that is type host only adapter. So through SSH we can connect this VM through this host only adapter. Later we can configure this host only adapter and assign some of the static IP. And here you can click allow all. Now you can double check, there is two network interface assigned. One is network and the second one is host only. And in the system's setup, like 2 gig of memory already assigned and disk also assigned. Now we can start this installation process. Once we click on the start button, then it will ask for the ISO file to attach. Then we can select this ISO file. Now in this screen it will ask for the ISO file to attach. So I can select that file. It is stored in this directory Ubuntu 25 and hit this mount. It will start the installation process very soon. It started. So far we have created one virtual machine and assigned the resources, and we have created like two network interface and assigned to that virtual machine and started the installation process. It will ask for some of the inputs during the installation. We can wait for that. It's 25.04. This is the latest version of Ubuntu Server. Yeah, now it asks for the language. We can select English as the language, then hit the done. Yeah, in this page it will ask for like I mean the installation you want, like Unix, I mean Ubuntu server or minimal version. So in our case I will by default select the Ubuntu server, so I can keep that one. Done. Yeah, so in this page we can configure the network IP. So in our case we assign two network interface. The first one is act as like a NAT network, basically for the internet connection to the VM. So we can keep that one, like it automatically, you can see it automatically provisioned one IP address through DSCP. Then second one, we need to configure this second one, that is the host only adapter. So we can assign one static IP, that is ENP0S8 Ethernet adapter, then hit enter, and here edit IPv4, click on manual. Yeah, so here we can pass some of the parameters like subnet. In our case I am going to use this series of IP 192.168.56.0 by 24. This is the subnet, and I will assign the IP address 192.168.56. We can choose any IP, like in our case 23 I assigned 23, and all the remaining field we can leave it as blank, then save. Yeah, now it assign the .23 IP address to that second interface, then hit the done. In our case we are not using any proxy, and it show some of the mirror address from where it will download some of the package, then we can click done. It will ask for some of the like mirror. We will continue. Yeah, so in this stage we can configure our disk partition. So here the by default is selected this LVM group and use the entire disk. We can keep that LVM group, no need of this encryption, and hit done. In this page you can see like the third section, that is used device. You can see one volume group, that is the VG, total size around 45 GB, but in the LV it is taking like 21 point something. Okay, so we can assign the unused the disk to this partition, so that we can use the entire 45 GB disk. So click this one, then edit. Yeah, so you can see in the left side the max size is like 42.996, but is allocating something around 21 GB. So we can allocate full disk space like 42.996. Yeah, then we can save this one and done. Continue. It will erase all these previous files. Yeah, it will ask for some of the user you want to create. I can put like user1. Oh sorry, it is server name. We can mention like Ubuntu 25 or Linux 25 gold image, user 1. This is the name of the user, and we can set the password. Yeah, we can click done. Yeah, now it asks for the SSH configuration because we are going to install uh, this virtual, I mean this server in a virtual machine. Then we can later, once the installation is completed, then from the host machine we can directly communicate, I mean connect to this machine using SSH, that is the putty client. So for that we need to install the OpenSSH server. We can select this one, then done. If you want to install some of the additional packages, I mean some of the applications like Docker, Kubernetes or anything, you can select from here. Like if you want to install Docker, then you can select. For my case, I will later install manually, so I leave all this thing as blank, then hit done. Now the installation process started. It will take some time. Parallelly, you can see the logs, view logs. It will basically download all these packages from that repo server and install all these things. It will take some time, so we can go through these documents. We have covered this part, like we selected OpenSSH server, which later we can use for the remote connection through SSH from the host machine. Yeah, so once the installation is completed, then we'll cover this part. Yeah, so basically we in Ubuntu we created only some normal user like user one. So the root user is I mean it is locked, so we need to unlock that one. So I will tell you the procedure. Once the installation process completed, then we can log into this machine as a normal user, that is the user one in our case. Then we can switch to root user and set the password. And once the root password is set, then we can directly log in to the root user. But before that, we need to allow the and allow the SSH configuration. Like this is the configuration file where we need to allow the root user to directly connect from the SSH client. That is permit root login as yes. Then we need to restart the service. Either you can restart the service or it rebooted, so that the service will be restarted. Then we can directly communicate, connect with this VM as root user. Yeah, now you can see it is installing the graph and retrieving this OpenSSH server because we selected OpenSSH for SSH connection. In the log you can see it is unpacking the OpenSSH server. Installing security updates. When you are creating this virtual machine, that time you can assign as much as possible resources like CPU or memory, so that the installation process might be reduced, time is reduced. Like in our case, I have like 12 virtual CPU are there, but I assigned like one CPU. You can assign like two CPU or much more memory like 4 GB or 8 GB to speed up this installation process. Yeah, now I think the installation completed. It asks for the reboot. Then I can hit this reboot. Now it's rebooted. Yeah, now it is showing like it's failed to mount the CD-ROM. So I think we can manually unmount that one. Yeah, so it's already showing unmounted, but it's showing some of the errors. Let I hit the enter. It will skip that error and reboot it. You can double check whether that CD is unmounted or not. That ISO file, it is showing like empty, so it is unmounted. We can wait for the login screen to come up. Then we can connect to this VM through SSH. Yeah, now we can see the login prompt is coming. I think now we can connect to this machine through SSH. So in my host machine, I have the putty client, that is the SSH client. So here we can put like user1 @ your IP address 192.168.56 and 23. I think we assigned. Yes, it is 23. So, and you can put some name, Linux 25 gold or something. You can save this instance and open. Now it asks for the some of the some of the message. We can accept that one, and I put the user1 password. Yeah, now we successfully log into the system, but the root account is basically logged. We need to unlock that root account in Ubuntu. So for that we need to put this command sudo issue hyphen switch to root account issue hyphen, that is the hyphen is the root account. Yeah, I put the user1 password. Now we are successfully switched to root account, because the root account prompt is this hash prompt. You can check this id command. The root user is the account name. Here we can check what IP address assigned. Yeah, now we can see like our first interface, that is the this is the first interface, that is the what is called network. So this one, or this IP address automatically provisioned from the DSC server, and for the second interface, that is the host only, we have assigned this IP address. So this part is covered, and we need to unlock this root account and allow SSH login. This is the configuration file, etc sssd_config. Here we need to search somewhere permit root login. Otherwise we can put this line. I can put here insert mode permit root login, yes, then save and quit WQ. Otherwise you can follow this one line editor like shared editor. We no need to edit manually using VI. You can directly put this command. Then we need to restart that SSH service so that our changes will be effective. SSH restart this one. Then yeah, now we can log out and try to log in using root username. Yes, same procedure. Linux 25 gold. We can load that one here instead of user one. Now we can directly log in as root. We can save this one because we changed this user one to root. Then we can open. Now we can see using user root. Now I think I forget to reset the password of root. Okay, let me again log in as user 1 and reset the password. Sorry, I need to change it to user 1. Load. Oh, but it's something down. Sorry guys. Typo mistake. Load it. User 1. Yeah. Sudo su switch to root user. Here we forget one step, like we need to reset the password of I mean the root user. The command is this one, password root, and it will ask for the root password. So I have assigned this root password, retype. Yeah, now we can see the password successfully updated. Then we can log out, and from the putty we can directly log in using the root user. Load this one. Instead of user 1, we can log in directly as root. Save this one and open the connection. Now it asks for the root password, so I put the root password. Yeah, now we can see I log in as root account. You can double check ID root. Yeah, that's it guys. Thank you everyone. Bye.